And you can glean this from their first album title, which is called Inform, Educate, and Entertain. And they do that so well. I imagine somebody who didn't live through this, listening to this record, The Race for Space, and just being knocked out to hear the story told this way.
NPR's Bob Boiler and Robin Hilton talking about the latest from the band Public Service Broadcasting. The album comes out next week, but you can stream it now at nprmusic.org. It's part of our series First Listen. And this is Morning Edition from NPR News. I'm Renee Montaigne.
And I'm Steve Inskeep.
7:49, and this is WBEZ Chicago and WBEQ Morris. Coming up on WBEZ, we'll be talking about some new federal dietary guidelines. Looks like the federal government says Americans really need to cut back on sugar and red meat.
There is the caveat that lean meat can be part of a healthy diet, so it's not as though it has to be eliminated totally.
More on what nutrition experts say we should and should not be eating just ahead. Support for this program comes from your WBEZ membership. Support is also provided by Navy Pier. Activities and events taking place at the pier can be found online at navypier.com. So it's extremely cold this morning. We're looking at a high just around 20 today. And then the wind chill right now is 12 below. It's going to get up to close to 28 tomorrow, and then back to the cold freeze on Sunday and Monday. You're listening to WBEZ.
I wanted him to be like, good looking in a sexy, dark, dangerous, mysterious kind of way, For some reason, I wanted him to wear a trench coat.
Join us for the Moth Radio Hour, true stories told live. From the Public Radio Exchange, PRX.org.
Mothers, Virgins, and Rifles. That's this week's show, Saturday at 2 and Saturday night at 10 on WBEZ.
Support for NPR comes from NPR member stations and from the George Lucas Educational Foundation, creator of Edutopia, a source for what works in education, dedicated to empowering education changemakers across America every day to improve the learning process. Learn more at edutopia.org. From the Robert Wood Johnson Foundation, working together to build a culture of health for all, on the web at rwjf.org. And from the National Endowment for the Arts, Artworks. It's 7:51. This is Morning Edition from NPR News. I'm Renee Montaigne.
I'm Steve Inskeep with the story of an on-screen promotion. Early in his career in films like Bull Durham and Field of Dreams, the actor Kevin Costner specialized in playing athletes. Now, in McFarland USA, he's moved up to being a coach. Kenneth Turan has our review.
McFarland USA is an unapologetically inspirational Disney sports movie. It sounds familiar, and to a certain extent, it is. But good acting and directing unite with an unusual true story to make this more effective than you might be expecting. That story belongs to Jim White, played by Kevin Costner. He's a coach who started a high school cross-country team of Mexican-American kids in California's Central Valley and helped it achieve an American dream level of success no one could have imagined. On White's first day at McFarland High, another teacher tells him and us what the lay of the land is.
Welcome to McFarland. This is a farming town. These are good kids, smart kids. They just need a chance at a better future.
White starts to notice how fleet of foot the young men at his high school are. He also notices how hard these kids' lives are as he talks to the school's principal about starting a cross-country team.
Cross-country running. California is holding their first state championship this year.
Cross-country. That's a private school sport. They breathe different air than we do.
It's the same air.
You do understand we don't have a cross-country team?
Yeah, what I don't understand is why we have a football team instead. I mean, we have kids here who seem like they can run forever. The car balloon on ricing teams. I mean, they pick an extreme heat. They go to school all day. Some of them even at home. I've seen it. It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
McFarland USA may sound like a white savior movie, but it doesn't play that way, in part because of the director involved. That would be Nikki Carroll, who has not made many films since her Whale Rider became an international sensation in 2002. Carroll's empathy for the students of McFarland High and, equally important, their impoverished families give this film more of a caring